It's the Franklin Show live from Franklin with America's favorite adopted pup, Franklin Delano Roosevelt Lloyd Wright Sinatra Seltzer, and his friend and favorite Franklin dog adopter, Michael Seltzer. I'm your announcer, Chasey Chase'em. Here's Franklin.
Hey, thank you to my fabulous band. God, you guys are great. And to my announcer, and to all of you folks up there in the cheap seats and throughout this massive studio. Welcome to the Franklin Show. I am so happy to be here. We have a great list of guests coming up here and a wonderful new show to present to you here on the Franklin Show. You stay tuned and we'll be right back.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Oh boy.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Yes, sir. Welcome back. Thank you, everybody. What a massive audience we have here tonight.
Huge.
I mean, really nice people. Every single one of you. I really adore you. I'm so happy. And this is a very special edition of the Franklin Show, introducing some of the new members of the Franklin Village staff. I'd like to introduce to you Evan Milan, our new village clerk. Oh, thank you. That's so nice.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Thank you.
Have you ever seen, I mean,
Never,
respect.
never.
The-
You know, I'm
they-
humbled.
Right, I know, it is. It's humbling. So, Evan, welcome.
Thank
welcome
you.
to Franklin. Welcome to the show. Let's talk about your background. Where are you from?
Well, I grew up in Plymouth, Michigan, so not too far away.
Know it well.
Yep. And then I went to Eastern, so I've been in Ypsi for most of that time ever since I graduated from high school. So,
Wow.
and I love the area. I
Yeah.
spent a year away from Michigan. I lived in Virginia, but I decided I love Michigan more. So I
What
came
made
back.
you go to Virginia?
I wasn't sure what I wanted to do once I graduated from college.
Yeah.
I thought maybe I wanted to go into government work and thought Washington would be a great area.
That is a great area, yeah.
And the state of Virginia and Maryland, they're both very beautiful areas, but
Sure.
I think I just kind of,
Something drove you back here.
I decided that the big city life of Washington was not for me. I thought maybe the Metro Detroit area was where my heart lies. So
Well, that's
I came
great.
on back.
You know what? We all have Detroit in our hearts. I have spent my entire life here. I spent a lot of time outside of Michigan these days, but you can't take the Detroit, in my case, out of the Detroit boy. You just can't.
Absolutely.
There's a lot here that brings us back. So I'm glad you're back, and I'm glad we have you.
Well, thank you.
What was your position prior to joining us?
So I was the deputy city clerk in the city of Northville. I did that for a little over 2 years. I learned a lot. Prior to that, I was working in a bank. So
And as a deputy, did you carry just one bullet in your pocket? Because that's, Barney Fife, right?
of course,
Okay,
it was green and dusty, right?
We don't need that in Franklin
No, of
because
course
we
not.
are crime-free. That's the beauty of Kurt Lawson, our fabulous chief of police,
Yes.
and a massively talented police department,
Yes,
right? Yeah.
of course.
All right, so you were deputy chief or clerk in Northville.
Yes.
And then you saw this opportunity. What possessed you about Franklin that made it feel like this was the right home for you?
Well, I drove through here. I've of course been to the cider mill.
Everybody
a few
says the
times.
cider mill, which is not in Franklin.
It's not.
It is not in Franklin.
I actually just learned that
It's
recently.
called the Franklin Cider Mill. It's false advertising.
Yes.
It's in Bloomfield Township, but nonetheless, I get it.
But it's adjacent too. So
It's adjacent to.
But I drove down Franklin Road and I saw this amazing little 19th century village in the middle of Southfield and
Yeah.
Farmington Hills and
Yeah.
what have you. I'm a historian, by nature. I
Oh,
mean,
right.
I studied history in college, so I saw that and I thought that seems like a great place for me to kind of grow.
It is a charming community.
It is.
The town that time forgot.
Absolutely.
And there are a lot of things about that are truly special. I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. So tell me, what does a clerk do? I know. I'm kidding. I mean, I do know. but the general populace may not. What does a clerk do?
Well, what don't we do? We set the agenda for our council, for our boards and commissions, such as the Zoning Board of Appeals, the Historic District Commission, all that. We're there, kind of helping the president of the boards and the commissions run the meeting. So I call the roll. I call the roll call votes if there's a reason to do that. I'm writing down all the motions to make sure that it is on the record, so that if anyone ever wants to go back and say who voted what way, what was the motion, it's there for them to see. So
Do you get a little motion sickness? Because I know I do. I'm responsible for making most of those motions.
well, sometimes they get a little confusing when there's some amendments, but for the most part, I've taken my Dramamine beforehand.
So when you say setting the agenda, I mean, so you're basically responsible for the fact that meeting ran till 10 o'clock last night, which for me was problematic because there was no place open for dinner at that point, and my wife is not here in Michigan right now.
Right.
So I got a problem with you right off the bat.
Of course.
We'll work on that for the next meeting. Okay.
Absolutely.
So in addition to that, you're also doing an update weekly to our constituents. You want to speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, so the newsletter, what I've sort of changed the name. It used to be This Week and Next in Franklin, and I've changed it to The Week Ahead in Franklin. It used to have a lot of different events going on around the area.
Right.
And I think it was a great foundation, but I think there's a lot of improvement. I think we can pare it back down a little bit. I've heard a lot of feedback saying, there was too much.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, if they scroll down a few times and there's still a lot more to see, they lose interest. So I'm trying to keep it short and concise. I want some news stories in the village to really be highlighted, as well as events, events that Franklin Main Street is putting on, events that the library is putting on. So, and I really want the village residents to give me feedback about what they want to see, because it's for them. You know?
And I think it has been streamlined. You've done a good job with that.
Oh, well, thank you.
Because it was voluminous. But I will say there was a lot of attention paid to a particular TV show, and that needs to be back there on the website with the login so people can come. Particularly this fascinating interview that we're doing right now. If we don't share this with our own constituents, something's wrong with us.
Of course.
So, okay, we'll keep that.
We'll put that on there.
Put that in the back burner.
Of course.
And elevate it to the top.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate that you're doing all that. And by the way, the accolades for you in the first couple weeks have been through the roof, man.
I hope I can live up to the expectations. I'm intimidating myself with everything I'm hearing.
Well, no, you put together a highlight reel, and that was spectacular, of your first, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
A lot of things were accomplished in that period of time, so kudos to you.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, Evan, we are very happy to have you here in the village of Franklin. We're lucky to have you. We've got some other new members of the staff that we'll be introducing on this very show. But you are the first, and I just want to welcome you once again officially.
Thank you.
And to our community, you can reach out to Evan. His website or his email address will be on the screen for people to reach out to you at any time with anything. And because you really do it all.
Yes, absolutely.
And I've got a laundry list of things. This shirt needs to be steamed. I have a change of wardrobe. I brought this in, and this fabulous facility has no steamer here, so that's a problem. But anyway, I won't burden you with that today, but just for the future.
Of course.
Evan, thank you so much for being here. I
Thank
appreciate
you so
having
much.
you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back with more riveting entertainment right here on The Franklin Show. Thanks, everybody.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Okay, welcome back, everybody, to The Franklin Show. We are in the midst of introducing some of the new kids on the block here in the village of Franklin. It's my great pleasure to introduce to you our brand new treasurer, Teresa Jablonski. Welcome, Teresa, to Franklin and to The Franklin Show.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. So let's get started with this. You joined us just recently. And we're in the midst of a bit of a office upheaval, but we've now got all systems are go. We've got
Yes.
everybody in place. And you're the very first hired, employed treasurer that we've ever had in the village of Franklin. So congratulations to you for that, number one. In the past, we've had numbers of great volunteers who have stepped up and helped manage our treasurer responsibilities. And we've had some really, really great volunteers over the years. But as we've grown and as we've needed to develop, we determined recently during the upheaval of our office that it was time for us to actually hire a full-time professional real treasurer. So we found you. So tell us a little bit about you and your background and how you came to Franklin.
Sure. I'd like to start off by saying being the first full-time treasurer here is very exciting, and I'm looking forward to working with the village and the residents and moving forward in a positive and equitable way. I've been in municipal finance and treasury for 35 years now. And I enjoy the work I do. I haven't been in treasury so much as of the past. I've been more into the financial end of it. But now that I've been working here for a while, I think both skill sets are going to come in handy here at the village.
Well, that's great, and it's really an important role. And we
Yes.
are so devoted to fiscal responsibility. We
Yes.
volunteers on council, me being
Mhm.
apparently now the longest serving member of the Franklin Village Council.
Mhm.
We've had numbers of events and issues and budgets, and we've managed, and we're very proud of that. But having somebody of your caliber is certainly a great addition, and much needed. So we're grateful. Where did you come from previously?
Previously, I spent a majority of my career, like I said, 34 years I spent with West Bloomfield Township.
Yeah.
And worked
So
in
you
many
knew that
positions.
chief of police that we just hired, Kurt Lawson.
Yep, I worked with our chief of police, Kurt Lawson, for a long time.
Yeah.
He was part of the attraction to coming here. I knew I worked with him before. I know his reputation. I know he's a good
And
worker.
despite that, you came. That's very interesting. I'm
What?
kidding. I said, and despite that, you came.
And despite that, I still decided to join the village.
It's great.
No, it's all a good thing. And I hope that I can serve the community well and be a help here to move forward and set things, get good processes and policies in place to move the village forward.
Any consideration given to the value of we volunteer council members and the annual stipend that we receive, which has been $25 for the past 30 some years, and no cola, no Pepsi, no Coke,
No, nothing.
Yeah, no. I am personally proud to be able to serve our community the way we do. And
yes.
Grateful and requiring nothing more than the good work that we all try to do for the benefit of our village.
Yes. And congratulations to you. That's a long time serving the board. And you must
Some say too long, but nonetheless, I shall persevere.
No, and it's a commitment, and it's only communities like this only survive with the commitment of the people that make up the village, and that they want to see the tradition and the feel of the community continue.
Yeah.
And survive. So
well, we are a very unique community,
yes,
built on preservation and history and volunteerism. I mean, I'm very proud to say that so much of what goes on in the village of Franklin is due to the great volunteer community that stands by ready, willing, and able to serve. And
yes.
We've got numbers of great volunteers. And when you can think about 2 square miles, 3,000 people, and so much of this is being managed by volunteerism, That's a wonderful thing in
It's
this.
amazing. It really is.
It
It's
really is.
amazing. So
We're very proud of that. Well, Teresa, I'm just happy to have you here and wanted
thank
to
you.
take a few minutes to introduce you and your colleagues on this very special edition of the Franklin Show. And I'm grateful to you for taking the time. And I will see you around the office on a regular basis.
Sure. Thank you.
Thanks for coming. And
Have a great day.
you too. We'll be right back, folks, with more riveting entertainment on the Franklin Show. Stand by.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I'm an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Franklin Show. And look who's here. Here's Mr. Frank, straight back from his little medical leave, but he's doing just great. And so happy to have him back on stage with us. We are in the midst of introducing some of the new members of the Franklin Administrative Department, our various members of the staff, new members of the staff. And I'm very pleased to introduce to you Rachel Loughrin, who is our new village administrator. Welcome, Rachel, to Franklin and to the Franklin Show.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
How are you?
I am great.
Is this day one, day two? Where are we here?
Day one.
Wow, man. And you found your way into that lovely office. That's great.
Yeah, it's beautiful in here.
Yes,
nice,
it is.
bright sunlight.
Well, you're in a very historic community, and you're in a very historic facility, the Broughton House, from the 1800s, which is, I mean, just, it's an amazing community that we live in, and we're very proud of it. So tell us a little bit about you and your background. You came to us from Pontiac, right?
I did.
Yeah.
I was Pontiac's community development director. That means I oversaw their building division, planning and zoning division, code enforcement division, and economic development division.
That's a lot.
It is. It was quite an undertaking.
And Pontiac is a much bigger community. So speak to that. I mean, this is must be quite a different experience coming into a little 2 square mile community with 3,000 people, right?
It is. It is a much different experience. But you know what? You'd be surprised to see how many things that go on in communities go on in all communities. So I think that I'll have a lot of work to do here. I know that we are looking at updating ordinances and things of that nature. So I'm sure once I've read all of the ordinances, taken a second read of our village charter, I'll find lots of work for myself here.
It'll take you a while. It took a couple hundred years to get to this state, so it's going to take you more than a couple hours to catch up. But
for sure.
It's a wonderful community. I speak often about my fondness for it, having lived here for 30 years and having been present and a volunteer. There's so much volunteerism in the village of Franklin. It's truly remarkable. And it's very gratifying to know that there are so many people that are willing to step up. I mean, we just hired our first treasurer in the history of the village because we've had volunteer treasurers all these years.
Right.
So our new member, Teresa, Jablonski, is also a new member of the staff and the first official treasurer we've ever had in place. So that's a great thing. And in terms of economic development, what do you see going forward? There's a lot of work to be done. Yes?
Yes, that is correct. But the downtown village space is so amazing. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. So I'm really looking forward to learning who all of the property owners are, introducing myself to everybody and talking to people about what their vision is for the future of downtown Franklin.
It's truly a charming community, a real estate, retail community. But we've had a series of situations over the course of the last few months and, of course, the last year that have changed the complexion. But we're so happy to have people like Jay Farner and his fabulous new Franklin Oyster Bar and Grill, and plans for future development. So things are on the upswing, and there's obviously lots of work to do. But you've also got some support. Our Main Street is a great community volunteer organization that's just done some amazing things in the village. They just had their annual Franklinstein Frenzy. I don't know if you saw that this weekend, but it's quite an event. I mean, we have to close the streets, and kids are walking through the downtown area, and there's a pumpkin roll down the big hill, and it's truly a unique community surrounded by suburbs. You know, we're very rural and treed, a tree canopy and winding streets, and it's just a charming, wonderful community. So very different than Pontiac in that respect, right?
Very much so, yes.
Well, Pontiac has a great historic district too. I know folks that have fabulous historic homes in
beautiful homes.
Yeah.
In their districts. Yep.
Yeah.
But I look forward to moving forward here and learning more about the historic nature of the village of Franklin. I really look forward to meeting with the Main Street Board and finding out what their goals are for the next year.
You bet.
So I have a lot to learn. This is only my first day.
You do, and I don't want to keep you from all of that, this being day one. I'm just thankful to you for being a part of Franklin and being a part of our community. And I welcome you. I look forward to working with you and seeing you. And to our viewers out there, Rachel comes with very, very high praise from people that we've spoken to. I have some friends in Pontiac, someone who worked with me for 3 decades and was my senior VP. And I mentioned your name to her, and I'll mention your name, her name to you after this. But she had high praise for you. So,
well, that's very nice.
Yeah. So welcome to Franklin, and thanks for being here, and enjoy your first day. And my God, get back to work, girl.
Will do.
All right. Thank you so much for being here. You're truly a wonderful and great addition and a professional, and we're happy to have you, Rachel.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Okay, folks, we'll be right back with more entertainment on The Franklin Show, and stay tuned.
Look at that. It's so sad.
Well, folks, this was very special, and thank you so much for being here tonight. To all of you in this audience, to my great band, to my fabulous announcer, to great guests, I am so pleased to have presented this Franklin Show to you today. And next week, we got a barn burner for you, so stay tuned. We'll see you next week on The Franklin Show.